मैं भूल गया की कहना सी मेरा काम बता अच्छा कमाल जेह्ड़ी नी इस बेनती यार जरूर take लाहा of संगत दास मैं अपनी गल करदा I came out of दरबार साहब and आखिर से myself मैं तो बहुत ढिल्ला बंदा है I came out दरबार साहब बापू जी was with me and उत्ते किसने कोई they're having some conversations I actually even forgot the conversation what it was about oh देग बारे से देग दी कला if देग is made someone asked a question about देग and if देग is made by चढ़दी कला गुरसिख्स not oh yeah Gursikh who hasn't worked in Amrit Villa oh you know what I forgot it oh I can't do that that's the part now it's too late because I've been come from auntie's house and you know we're watching some drama there and it's past time now इदा दी Gursikh people who are चढ़दी कला को सिमरन बंदगी वाले होन those who take Sikhi seriously and you know oh yeah Sikhi is a convenience Kirpan Pali go to Samagam look good oh yeah that's a nice Kirpan and that's all our Sikhi is no ये नहीं अंदर दी बाहर दी दोनों दी Sikhi ता बंदगी नाम जपन वाली रूह देग बनावे and पास उसमें मतलब कला की वर्तती है how some people that ate देग and suddenly the Simran started देग खाती and people say मैंने उम्र शकाओ इन्नी पावर सी देग दे विच आज इन्नी पावर नहीं आज जिनमें किसी आम गुरुद्वारे माफ करना we don't have those people we don't do part on making deg is kara because we don't make in sarablo we don't do part people are making it you know they don't have you know sometimes basic ret so judgmentally but that's the fact sometimes it happens so ये विचार होंदे सी then बाद दे विच मैं I was hoping I was thinking then भाई साहब ने आके इन्होंने शकना सी चाह शकनी सी and I was thinking okay I'm feeling a bit sleepy and I wouldn't like Bapu ji could be like walk in that direction like I don't be rude and like don't like you know he can not dump him that sounds bad doesn't it you know huh? Abandon him shall I say abandon him and go no? And then he goes aaj pata si de langar haat jaake मैं चाह पी लेना thinking I'll plan to go to sleep but in the back of my mind you know I thought I'm not going to get this chance again सारी जिंदगी सोना है तो मरना तो साहो that's पक्का है सोना ही है ना you can sleep for the rest of the time because you'll be dead one day जिन्हें मर्जी सोई जाओ I thought am I going to get this opportunity again and that's the feeling we should have in Khalsa am I going to have this opportunity again and are these you know where I am the people I mean I'm going to have the opportunity again it might not be somebody who looks like a you know wearing a kurta pajama or wearing the biggest kirpan it might be a sadharan person who looks you know normal you might learn something from them do you know what I mean sometimes in certain situations where you're sitting somewhere doing vichar with somebody and koi guru da bachan kise rahi marj kada dende ya the guru speaks to us in many forms and ways I think I'm so glad you know I was coming to when I came to USA 2 weeks ago was it 2 weeks ago I was sitting with the airplane and kudrati I sat next to this Gauri and we started having a conversation and I thought and she was a Catholic Christian lady and I thought wow I was so glad I sat next to her because we had some really nice conversation and stuff किन्नी वारी बंदा सोच then I thought I planned to go to sleep but मैं सोना सी पर मैं जान के मैं सोना नहीं फिर गोरी नगर मैं गल करदा कोई प्रचार होंदे गुरु सिक्खी दी गल उन्हें भी गुरु दी गल पता लग जावे and I learned something from her as well so ये होंदा है sometimes to make small sacrifice so मैंने नींद आई सी पर मैं ये शेयर तुहाडे नाल क्योंकि मैं तुहाडे सारे से एक लेवल ते है ना कोई और मतलब here to learn I've come here to learn as well so some in this camp try to make the most of it any bit aake you know let's be maybe dosing about like a mafia karke te baad main pata se gurmukh paisa matlab ete aako sikhna aaya si because kai bare people come to camp and we think it's a DOS camp this is a camp DOS oh sorry I'm using English terms DOS means chill out camp chill out something chill out camp yeah do you understand English no and he's nodding she doesn't want chill out relax camp I should have a dictionary of Canadian terms अच्छा मैं उते अमेरिका डॉजी कह देता तो उन्हें डॉजी डॉजी चलो anyway moving on then so मैं थोड़ा जिहा बच्चन शेयर करना सी just about how we should have चाव सिक्खी we learn and sit with the good six and take things when saying दरबार ये भी नहीं दरबार च अच्छा इत्थे तो Wi-Fi भी नहीं चलता that's the worst thing hello no one's going to text you no one's going to update your Instagram no one's going to update your Facebook you can't read anybody's updates okay why do you need to get your phone out other than if you're going to read part अच्छा हुन मैं फोन कड्ड मैं सवेरे भी फोन कड्डिया सीधा मैं I was trying to read the Punjabi translation to Japji Sahib because मैंने थोड़ी नींद आ रही सी मैं नाल बोलूँगा तो नाल मेरा ध्यान अर्था विच in the meanings जाऊँगा अच्छा so that's the reason I had a phone out now if you got your phone out like I saw somebody who was there doing this There's kirtan happening and they're doing this. So I felt like putting a sign on his head. If anyone needs to fix an iPhone, please come here. देखो कितना सोना कीर्तन रास में ना कीर्तन रात I really enjoyed the कीर्तन yesterday कितना सोना कीर्तन हो रहा है सिमारती के पास से but again the Guru Nanak could be sitting right in front of you but if you got your eyes closed तुसी अखां मीट लिया you can't blame Guru Nanak Dev Ji बाद सारी जिंदगी लंघ जानी है because if तक रह जाता है सदा सा बेनती अखा खोल के कान खोल के असी कैंप ते नहीं संगत में टेक फुल लाहा जितने कोई गुरसिख तुहाडे घर भी आवे कोई गोट सम टेक फुल लाहा ए नहीं तुसी घर बैठ oh yeah so they're talking and you're like so yeah what's for longer oh you know yeah and you start talking about something else Gaya laha lo but again jinko lagi pyas amr se ka and if you don't have that hunger to listen to Gursikhi listen to Gurbani I would say do ardas pasha menu pehli gal someone taught me First, do ardas that you can meet Gursikh pyare. Every time I would meet someone, he'd always say, oh, I met Flana Gursikh, I met Bhai Jeevan Singh Ji, I met Bhai this Gursikh, I met this Chardi Kala Gursikh. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, where did you find all these Gursikhs? And can you tell me that? Or directory, मैनू ही दे दियो directory में number काट कर उन्होंने मैं गल कर सकता मैं कि मैं तो कोई मिलिया नहीं है ना शायद मैं उधर देख they're not my sangat you know where I lived there was a Gora town there's no other sangat and I was thinking I felt a bit like jealous in a positive way you know not like oh my gosh why has he got Gursikhs for like sangat and I haven't and I was like, jealous and sad you know, I wish we lived in a place where I could have like Sangat, if I was in a Gursikh family, that I could have, you know, or Bhai Jeevan Singh came to my house and stayed there for a few days. I'm like, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that, but I didn't have the opportunity. But so, oh Veer ji मैंने क्या कहते हैं Manvir Singh तो कभी अरदास की थी? मैं कहते नहीं, कहते अरदास करें कर. So I started doing अरदास पाशा, मैंने नाम रसीए, नाम बियासी, तेरे प्यारे प्यारे गुरसिखा के दर्शन हों. तेरे गुरसिखा के दर्शन हो और सच्ची तक दर्शन होने लग पे then you start meeting these wonderful Gursikh gems you know I think thank you so much so ardas and same with you know मेरा मन नहीं लगता गुरबाणी जो अरदास सच्चे पातशाह one thing we might not be worthy of Sikhi but may you make us have thirst for Sikhi thirst and hunger for Sikhi ये तो शुरुआत है this is where the journey starts from अच्छा so बोलो वाहिगुरु 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 what's the question है I'm going to share a few जीवनी of Gursikhs अच्छा एक कवि का नाम है ज्ञानी सोन सिंह सीतल सुनिया किस ने अच्छा तुसी सुनिया कविश्रियां विच बात ना कविश्री जो कविश्री is as anyone who doesn't know what kavishri is
could you clarify
a kavishri is when they sing poetry it's like taddi without the tad it's like taddi without any instruments but they're singing you know they sing ballads or poems acha so unhone Kalgitar Pasha is attributed a line pant vasai main ujra man chao kanera ज्ञानी जी ने लिखा about Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Anyone tell me what does that mean? Pant vasai mein ujra man chao kanera. Anyone? Hanji.
Pant is like in Chardi Kala and what's the second line?
Such a Guru Gobind Singh Ji says Pant vasai mein ujra man chao kanera. मेरे को स्क्रीन तो है ही नहीं so I'll have to do this. Can everybody see? Screen इधर ठीक है जो बैठा कर. ठीक अच्छा. दिन इधर हमें फोटो ही दिखानी चाहिए किसने फोटो देखनी फिर आ जाओ. इधर पीछे पीछे दिस ना बोलो. जिन्होंने नहीं दस इधर आ जाओ थोड़ा जो पीछे आ जाओ. अच्छा चांद जी नहीं फोटो कैसे करें गैस करो.
like नहीं पता
अच्छा anybody else Pant vasai mein ujra चलो Tarun Singh दसो
I think he's saying if the panth is successful then I am spreading right would you right like I'm going off the path
अच्छा
right so
अच्छा
but that's my interpretation of it.
or Panth VG said he goes the spread the spread one.
Yeah, but if I'm wrong, why do you want to repeat it?
I think so.
Why was really bad? This show that I didn't listen properly. I did hear that you went that मैं spread हो जाओ ना that जिन भी say उजड़ जाओ spread हो जाओ जिधर कार के उजड़िया कार या meaning कार खाली या कार is abandoned कार का नुकसान और आता सारा काम ही उजड़ गया सी he lost वो lose कर लिया सी सब कुछ ठीक है जी so पंथ वसे पंथ वसदा रहे may the पंथ वस इन्हें कब सुखी वसो may the पंथ may the Sikh nation dwell in peace may dwell happy मैं उजड़ा बेशक I lose everything मैं सब कुछ गवा बैठा कहने ओ उजार जगह या उजार means abandoned you know can say oh उजार is like a jungle type इतना या कल की तरफ आजकल मैं सब कुछ गवा लवा पर मेरा पंथ सुखी वसे कि गुरु गोबिंद सिंह पातशाह माची वाले जंगल च बैठे आ in a worldly sense मैं सिक्खी perspective की गल नहीं करन लगा from a worldly perspective Guru Gobind Singh Pasha didn't have a house then घर नहीं सी घर he lost his house मैं worldly जो लोकां ने देखा मैं उस हिसाब नाल गल करदा इन्नों अशरदा विच नहीं don't take this that मैं अशरदा दे खिलाफ बोलदा मैं I'm from a non Sikh perspective लोकां ने कहना लोकी कहंदे कि Guru Gobind Singh lost his house he lost his family he is two younger sons two elder sons his mother his father everything qurban kar ditta kuch nahi rehn ditta he could have been sleeping in a bed but he gave up his bed he could be staying in a palace but he gave that up for whose sake kinale hanji for us the panth for us है ना एक या पंथ की या चलो तो पंथ तो मैं कही जन्ना पंथ की या hanji us so I say oh shall a panth go to camp some us what do you mean by us
us the Sikh calm
अच्छा पर फिर पंथ the definition की या अच्छा very good हाँ ठीक है पंथ means path and panthi means panthi की हो गया फिर on the path तो okay if I'm saying you're on the path what are you supposed to do on the path walk करना है and you can't say yeah I'm on the path but बंदा तो तुरिया तो है नहीं उत्ते दे उत्ते है दसवां path वो path नहीं पंथ विच शामिल होने वास्ते you have to give your head to the guru सिर देना पैंदा when you don't just walk you don't talk the talk you walk the walk गल्ला दे नाल नहीं तुसी कह मैं सिक्ख्या oh yeah Sikhism is a great religion Sikhism believes अब भैने तू आप सिख बनी है have you become Sikh yourself Sikhism believes Sikhs do not drink Sikhs do this yeah Sikhs believe in this I'm like oh my gosh भैने पहले तू आप ही you know sort yourself out not anyone here by the way जिन में भावना समझदा Sikhi is not just about talking गल्ला दे नाल नहीं walk करना दस कितना सोहना शब्द वरते यार what a nice word Guru used this is a path पंथ या तब आजो जिन्हें तुरना या तुरन वाले आजो come here ता खंडे बट दे अमृत छक के जो पहला चरण अमृत सी कने अमृत छक के आजो walk on the path जे बाकी होंदे या जे कौम होंदे कौम means nation ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ anyone who sympathize or empathize with the Sikhs and they are with the Sikh cause ਉਹ Sikh ਕੌਮ ਦੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਕੌਮ means nation ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ wider concept ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਰ ਪੰਥ is the ones who give their head and they're willing to walk on the path ਉਹਦਾ ਫਾਸਟ ਤੋਂ ਅਮਰ ਸ਼ਕਾ you have to give yourself commit yourself to the Guru so Guru Ji says in Stropadi Sada Path ਸੁਖੀ ਬਸੈ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਆ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਸੈ ਮੋਰੋ ਪਰਵਾਰਾ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ Guru Gobind Singh gave up his own sons 5, 7-year-old, 15, 17-year-old, तकरीबन मतलब जिदा the ages quoted sometimes in history. On Guru Gobind sacrifices his own sons, ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਸੈ ਮੋਰੋ ਪਰਵਾਰਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਖੀ ਰਹੋ but Guru's given up everything he had. ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਕਈ ਬੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਦੇ why Paji why not come to the camp oh sorry I'm busy man yeah what am I doing I've got this stuff to do okay कोई कैंप लगा तो कैंप जो सेवादार सी half the सेवादार don't turn up अद्धे सेवादार नहीं आए कैंप पे and some of the half of them so 25% of the सेवादार they rang on the day sorry we can't turn up इधर कह देता no excuse अच्छा जिन्हें बाकी 25% सी they never bothered even ringing or texting मैं तो सेवादार नूं दस में कह थोड़ा ज्यादा the camp, you know, like you look like everybody was very stressed, you know? You need to have like a bigger team. They said, Bhai sahab ki kariye? And they told me this, they go, there's no commitment by these people. Guru says, I sacrifice everything, as he can, you know, but hold on, as long as my life's sorted out, I don't want to lose out on my end, you know. The Panth can lose out. Oh, so what if someone's there to take the, you know, who cares if someone can't do a seminar, no? Or a kids class, oh yeah, I'll forget that. Oh, I'm sure someone else can do that. As long as I'm at home and I can, you know, sort my room out, that's fine. No. Sacrifice the bhavna sade vich, that Panth is greater. So one thing, I was talking to Bhai Jarnail Singh, journalist. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Put your hand up if you have.
The one who threw the jutti?
Achha, he threw a jutti, threw a shoot at the Home Minister of India in a press conference. He's a journalist. You remember now? I think it might ring a few bells. Because he said the Home Minister of India, Sajjan Kumar and Titler, who were kind of affidavits, and there were cases against them, where there were witnesses against them, they were acquitted. He was acquitted by, I think it was the High Court, the Supreme Court, one or the other. He was acquitted. The CBI so acquitted them. And the Home Minister, he was supposed to be the Home Minister for everybody, not as a Home Minister for Hindus. He's a Home Minister for Sikhs, for Christians, for Muslims. Home Minister kanda, munu bari khushi, I'm very happy that Sajjan Kumar has been acquitted by CBI. Banda soche fe, is sada mulk kya? Is a Home Minister Sikha da Home Minister nahi? If that's his inner feeling, he gives some personal. You don't come on telly or give a public byan in media with that. So Bhai Jarnail Singh went to this press conference and he asked him about 1984, why did you say I'm happy that Sajjan Kumar has been acquitted? And he goes that you are misusing this stage. You are misusing this media stage. He goes, no, I'd like to ask you, and he persisted. At the end, he took off his shoe and he threw it, not with the intention of hitting him, with the intention of making a scene. He threw his shoe in his direction and said, I protest. He said this. And then suddenly, all the world's cameras, in the press conference, the whole world's cameras are there. And as a result, elections were coming up. And so it was a big time. It was very well planned. So he was arrested, but because he's a journalist with Guru's Kirpa, he wasn't tortured or he wasn't, you know, given a hard time. In 45 minutes he was acquitted. The media and the Singhs had surrounded the police station. And with Guru's Kirpa, Manmohan Singh, the Prime Minister, had to apologize for that these Sajjan Kumar and Titler, that they are being put up for election. They were supposed to be fighting an election. The Congress party put them for election. The murderers of the Sikhs are put up for election. And then they withdrew them. They withdrew the application. So it was a successful campaign. He lost his job, he lost everything. With Guru's Kirpa, he was telling me, he said that I came home, and you might think his family would say, you know, excuse me, we're not going to feed you. You know, I've got my own kids. His brothers could say that we've got our own families. You lost your job, that's your problem. They can say that, look, you've got bills to pay. Why should we pay for you? You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. You know, you've lost your job now. The police might be after you. You might be seen as, you know, as a militant Sikh now. But you know what he said? Because when he went home, first his mother said, well done. Because I'm glad my son's done something with the Panth. His brother said, don't worry. You never need to work the Panth di seva karne se tenu roti khilaunge. That's the Panthic spirit. And you know why, when someone asked, why did you do this? Kyun kita? You know he said, because main Panth vaste nahi kita. You know, say, main Panth vaste kuch karunga. Let me do something for the Panth and I threw a shoe. You know what he said? Because I did it for myself. He said, I did it for myself. Then he clarified. He goes, I did it for myself because I was not able to live with myself if I hadn't done it. Why? I did it for my selfish reason. I would not be able to live myself, that I had an opportunity, I didn't do it. It wasn't for the Panth. I did it because when I die, Guru Gobind is going to say to me, what did you do for the Panth? मैं पंथ करके नहीं कीता, मैं डरदा अपने करके, मैं अपने डर करके कीता, मैं केरा मुंह दुखाऊंगा गुरु गोबिंद सिंह पास्टर ने, मैं की कीता जिंदगी च वाह डन फो, मैं केरा मुंह दुखा लूंगा, मैं अपने करके आज दिदा, मैनू मैं वाह that's wonderful. पंथ वैसे मुजरा, चलो हम going to share a few examples of Gursikhs. मैं तो सवाल भी थोड़े बच्चे पूछूंगा. अच्छा, who have you heard of Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh? अच्छा कोई ऐसा करे फिर यहाँ we haven't heard of Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh. वो सब नगर पंच तू सुने ना तुझे Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh? Bhai Fauja Singh, हाँ जी? As anyone who hasn't? Shaheed Bhai Fauja Singh, just to recap, he became Shaheed in 1978 against the, there was someone who claimed to be a guru, the Nirankaris, or we call them Narkaris. 13 Gursikhs became Shaheed. Some Gursikh who was there at the time, he shared some information with me about 3 months ago. He said that Shaheed Bhai Fauja Singh, he goes, when they went to do a peaceful protest, sorry to John, they went to do a peaceful protest, Singhs did, Ardas karke gaye si, the Narkatari Guru Gurbachana, he was speaking against the Sikhs, he spoke against Guru Granth Sahib Ji, just like the now Ram Rahim, he pretended to be Guru Gobind Singh Ji and drinking that milkshake and pretend, same thing. But Gurbachana, he called Guru Granth Sahib Ji a bundle of paper. He said that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pasha, that he is the Guru now, and if Guru Gobind Singh Pasha made the Panch Pyare, I'll show the world by making 7 stars. He made 4 guys wearing white with white flags, and he basically was challenging the Sikhs. Vangar Reasi. And then the Sikhs went there and they protested. Damni Tuksa, the Khandgi Jathede Singh, both of them, they went and protested. Then 13 Gursikhs, they were attacked. They had no weapons, extra weapons. They were attacked with acid bottles. The bullets were fired upon them, and the police were in the firing as well. They fired at the Gursikhs, and they were attacked with other weapons. Shaheed Bhai Fauja Singh, he was at the front, and he was attacked, if you see by the Shaheedi Sroop, he was attacked with bullets. ਉਹਨੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋਸ਼ੀ ਸੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵਾਲਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਲੀ ਮਾਰੀ ਸੀ and Bhai Sahib was hit with acid bottles. As you can see on the photo, half of Bhai Sahib's face has come off. ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੋ, half of Bhai Sahib's face ਉਹ ਉਤਰ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਲੈ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ. and Gursikh say Bhai Sahib ਦਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਲੈ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਥੱਲੇ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਐਸੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਰਤੀ, the power of Gurbani and the power of Naam, the Bhai Sahib stood up. ਮੂੰਹ ਲੈ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਇਦਾਂ ਸੀ, ਅੱਧਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਲੈ ਗਿਆ. ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਟੂਡ ਅਪ ਅਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ 4-5 ਦੁਸ਼ਟਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਧਿਆ. ਹੀ ਖੇਲਡ 5 ਇਹਦੇ ਤਾਰ ਲਾ ਦੇ ਬੀਜੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਰ ਪਈ ਚਾਰ ਕੱਟ ਦੇ. ਹੀ ਖੇਲਡ 4 or 5 ਪੀਪਲ. ਗੱਤਕਾ ਖੇਡ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਸਤਰ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸ਼ੂਟ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੱਖੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ 5 ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਵਿਦ ਹਾਫ ਅ ਫੇਸ, ਅੱਧਾ ਮੂੰਹ. ਅੱਛਾ ਇਹਦਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਉਹ ਚਾਰਜ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹ ਅੱਛਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਚਲੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂ ਭਾਈ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਥਕ ਸੋਚ, ਪੰਥ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਪੰਥ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਐਂਡ ਇਸ ਡੂ ਕੀਰਤਨ, ਪੱਕੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ all of us can connect with ਕੀਰਤਨ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, not everybody has the vibe of that we can sit in ਕੀਰਤਨ and absorb ourselves, ਹਰੇਕ ਦੀ ਬਿਲਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ. So Bhai Sahib used to do bachar. You go to ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ bachar ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ. This is what the Shabd is saying. Wow, that's what Gurbani is saying. Gurbani bachar ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, Amrit ਸੰਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ. He made Khalsa farm. Have you heard of Khalsa farm? ਕਿਨ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ Khalsa farm? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ. Khalsa farm Bhai Fauja Singh made. Why did he make Khalsa farm?
To give them a place where they can have their own, and they can use it to practice Shastra and stuff like that. And
to train the Gursikhs. ਇਹ ਵੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਕੋਲ training camp ਹੈ, but they made Khalsa farm. Bhai Sahib, he bought some ਜ਼ਮੀਨ, and in that ਜ਼ਮੀਨ he made a camp, like the camp site ਦਾ Gursikh ਖਾਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਖਰੀ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਸਿਮਲੇ ਆਈ ਆ. He made it to physically and spiritually train Gursikhs. ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ physically train ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ with Shastra Vidya, with weaponry, but to spiritually and morally train the Gursikhs. There's no point looking like Gursikhs, we got no moral ethics. Girlfriend ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਆ, boyfriend ਰੱਖੇ ਆ. Half the time we are, you know, chatting nonsense on Facebook and in this social media. ਇੰਨੀ ਸ਼ਰਮਨਾਕ ਸਾਡੀ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ that you think ਸਾਡਾ ਨਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲਾ ਆ, ਨਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਆ, ਨਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਬਾਜੇ ਤੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. Bhai Bapu ji was telling, Bhai Sadhu Singh was saying, because he asked one ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਲੜਕੀ, by the way, it's not here, but just to clarify, you know, before I was looking around, it's not you, it's not you. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੂੰ, ਫਿਰ ਬੇਟੀ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੁਣਾਇਆ, ਦੱਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕੀਤਾ? ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਆ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ, ਥੋੜਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ. ਇਹ ਹੁਕਮ ਆ. Why do we do ਨਿਤਨੇਮ? ਭੈਣ ਜੀ, why do you do ਨਿਤਨੇਮ? ਹਾਂਜੀ, why? Not on the spot. I'm assuming you do need to know the second. Why? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਤਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰਦੇ? Simple answer, ਕੋਈ short answer, just not But why? Who told you to? अच्छा, but who told you to do that?
The ਪੰਜ।
अच्छा, ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ? We all agree with that. ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਤਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਆ? ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, that's no problem, that's fine. The ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ told you, so you're gonna do it.
And I do it for myself.
ਹਾਂਜੀ?
And I do it.
And you do it for yourself. But it's not like, sometimes, I like reading books for myself, but you can sometimes say, today I'm not going to read, But you can't do it for the because it's a hukum as well, isn't it? So even though you do it for yourself, that's a double laha, is a hukum, it's a duty. Duty la hai sanu panjane. And then, banda kanda acha, the Gyani ji asked the person, he goes, tusi duty karke tusi nitnem karde a, to tusi naam abhyas simran karde a, naam abhyas tusi karde a. Kende naam abhyas karde a, kende nahi ji. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ you follow the duty of the ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ but we don't follow the duty of Guru Granth Sahib ji. Duty Guru Granth Sahib ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, follow Guru Granth Sahib ji from a congat the end. ਕੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ duty ਕੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਸਮਝ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ? ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ? ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ, ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ। ਚਲੋ ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ, ਸਵੇਰੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਅਭਿਆਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਬਾਕੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰਨ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਆਪਣਾ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ। ਪਰ ਸਵੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਆ, ਮਤਲਬ ਡਿਸਪਲਿਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਹੈ, ਅਭਿਆਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਸੇਮ ਜੀ ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਲੜਕੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ, ਫਿਰ ਬੇਟਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ? ਘੰਟਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ? ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਥੋੜਾ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਅੱਧਾ ਘੰਟਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਥੋੜਾ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਛਾ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਣੇ? ਕੱਲ ਰਾਤੀ ਆ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਦੋਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਥੋੜਾ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ 10 ਮਿੰਟ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਥੋੜਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਾਂ ਮਾਗੋ ਸਾਰ ਕੋ ਸਿਕ ਆਵਰ ਕੋ ਟਾਇਰਡ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ walk away। ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਸ ਕਪੜਾਸ ਗਏ 5 ਮਿੰਟ ਬੇਟੀ ਤੇ 5 ਮਿੰਟ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰ ਦਿਆ। ਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਦੀ ਬਾਪ ਕਦ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ, ਕਰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਦੈਨ ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਪਿਆਊਗਾ? Will the ਸੰਗਤ be influenced? Will the ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਵਨ change? ਗੱਲ ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ ਅਨੁਭਵ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ। ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ 'ਚ ਲੋਕੀ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਦਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਲਾਈਫ ਚੇਂਜਸ। ਅੱਜ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ? ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ। Meaning that we don't have that dedication that we also have to make ਜੀਵਨ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਵੀ ਉੱਠਣਾ ਆ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਨੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਨਾਮ ਅਭਿਆਸ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਰਹਿਤ ਵੀ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਆ। ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ I'm going to eat McDonald's and pizza hut ਹੁੰਦਾ ਅੱਛਾ pizza hut ਸ਼ਾਇਦ UK ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਆ, ਅਬ ਮੈਂ pizza hut ਸਕਣਾ ਆ and ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ we're going to ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੀ ਆ and I'm going to do lectures। ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ। ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ the ਸਨਮੁਖ ਸਿੱਖ the wonderful ਸਿੱਖ of ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ goes ਮਰਨੀ ਹੋਏ ਅਤ ਭਲਾ ਜਗਤ ਝੂਠ ਨੇ ਅੰਗ a Sikh will rather die but not touch tobacco। ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਦ ਬਣਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉੱਤੇ। ਕੋਈ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਕੌਣ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ? ਪਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਸਵਾਦ ਇੰਨਾ ਸਟਿਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਮੈਕਡੋਨਲਡਸ ਫਰਾਈਜ਼ ਹੈ ਵੈਜੀਟੇਰੀਅਨ, ਪਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਸੋਚੀ we don't even respect Sikhi।
Vegetarian नहीं है।
हाँ जी, अच्छा they're not vegetarian by the way, so yeah they won't be Amrit Sanchar soon if anyone's going to be done। Why sorry, मैं उधर थोड़े लाइट गाल करता हूँ, don't take me serious so now। No, that you do should go pay should be I'm stop there। So गुरु के प्यारो, can you see the point I'm trying to make? इस करके जीवन बनाना भी। चलो going back to शहीद भाई फौजा सिंह, पंथिक सेवा की गल करते। शहीद भाई फौजा सिंह एक खालसा फार्म है that we Sikhs should have morals and principles। ਜਿਹੜਾ man is based on principles। ਅੱਜ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ। ਦਸ ਵਾਈ ਲੋਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਆ, ਪਰ ਲੋਕੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜਾ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਘਟੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖ ਇਸ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੈਂਪ ਤੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਸੈਡ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਇੱਕ ਭੇਸ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਿੱਖੀ is not the name of some garb, of some clothes। Okay, right, okay, you want to become a Sikh? Okay, right, yeah, let's just dress them up, like a Barbie doll, like let's ski around, put little karpan, okay. She's a Sikh, Barbie's become a Sikh now, it's Barbie ko Khalsa now, है ना? Barbie ko Khalsa बन गया, नहीं। Sikhi एक सोच दा नाम है, सोच, is a thinking। Do I have that Sikhi thinking? Do I have that Sikhi psyche? मैं Sikhi सोच है मेरे मन में when I'm thinking, what does Sikhi say about this? Do I have that Sikhi thinking, or is it just ਕਿਰਪਾਨ ਤੱਕ ਜੋਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ। ਭਾਈ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਵੈਰੀ ਵੰਡਰਫੁਲ ਸਾਖੀ ਪੰਥਕ ਸਪਿਰਿਟ, ਪੰਥਕ ਸੋਚ। ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਆ ਉਹ ਜੀਵਨ 'ਚ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ, ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਫੋਲਨ। ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਦਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਡ ਆਊਟ ਸਿੱਖੀ। that that boat ढिल्ला हो गया, that man he's a no hoper now, he's fallen off the path, और डिग पिया जीवन दे विच। And पता भाई फौजा सिंह कि आम बंदा, normal people's thinking might be what, he's fallen, let's not do sangat with him now, let's move on. I'm not talking about VG here, let's move on. What does Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh do? कहते सारे सिंघां नूं इकट्ठे कर लिया, कहते tomorrow morning we go to that Singh's house, Amrit Vela. Singh जीवन ढिल पै गई, कहता he's about to break away from Sikhi, he's about to break away from Sikhi, this Singh. And Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh said, tomorrow Amrit Vela we will go to this Singh's house. सारे सिंह उहदे घर पहुंच गए, सिंह दे। They all arrive at his house at Amrit Vela, I'm assuming 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Then they arrive at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and they go, the Gursikh's a bit like, Haran hua hai. And he's like, oh wow, what's he goes, Singha se aaj tere Amrit Vela tere ghar karna hai. And the Singh, so happy, saying, I was a bit, astonished that Bhai Fauja Singh and the Singhs have come. And they do, na Vyas, Amrit Vela kar diya. And the Singh afterwards, he cries in front of the whole Sangat and says, thank you so much for coming to my house. It's the best Amrit Vela I've ever had in my life. And this has saved me. मैनू बचा लिया, मैं डिग गया सी पर अमृत ने मैनू बचा लिया। इन्नी कला वर्ती कहंदा where I'd fallen, I was about to break away from Sikhi, this Amrit Vela saved me. Sikhi panthak सोच, is my brother sister going away from Sikhi? कि मेरी भैन whatever, कई बार इसी स्ट्रेस विच कोई प्रेशर करके सारी गलतियां कर लेंदे आ। Main thing is how we deal with that. What's our response to that गलती? ठीक है जी, गलती बंदा भुल्लण आ रहा, we all make mistakes, no one's perfect, well hopefully no. That's Bani says no one's perfect. Only Guru's perfect and Kanpur. If we all make mistakes, साडा फर्ज की हुंदा है to help our brother and sister. पंथ के या पंथ नूं इसी कर सकते आ वीर जी काजो come to Khalsa. मैं nice है कई बंदे they bring their friend or their cousin to Khalsa camp or to other camps or let's come to Kirtan Samagam. बड़ी सोहनी किसने मैं दसते भैन जी उन्हें दसते सी कहते I told my mom and dad they're not just Sikhi, mom and dad for me can you please come to the dance by Kirtan, just come for 1 or 2 hours. कितनी सोहनी सेवा आया वो आए तो शायद उन्होंने कोई कान च बाणी पे होगी उन्हें जीवन बदलूगा। You go, oh forget them, they're just there, oh they're मोड़ने कोड़ने, forget that, oh forget that man, he's a right Dilla Singh, yeah, oh yeah, do you know what, he doesn't even come with the Dilla, yes, forget that, have we tried to help, have we become that hand and say with Guru's Kirpa, let's help you. If you're falling down the mountain, hold him Benji, hold him Paji, and help that person up. Bolo Waheguru, Waheguru, has our time ho gaya? मैं तो उधर दबी जाता गिर फुल गियर 5 मिनट अच्छा हौल आगे गल मैं उधर कई गुरसिखा के जिक्र करना उसको पापा जगतार सिंह बारे बाकी तो चलो टाइम है नहीं है वो बाद में कोई मैं पूछना चाहिए मैं बाद में दस दूँगा आर फ्यू एग्जाम्पल्स शहीद भाई जसवंत सिंह खालड़ा हिज कुर्बानी फॉर द पंथ सच बोली है धर्म झूठ ना बोली है भाई जसवंत सिंह खालड़ा ही वाज एनीवन हु हिज जॉब पहला की सी उन्हां दी पहला पता किसी ने he was a bank manager याद bank manager सी अमृतसर दे anyone tell me why did he what was he famous for Jaswant Singh Khalsa Jaswant Singh Khalsa why is he famous
he went and looked at the funeral homes basically and looked at how many unaccounted bodies were cremated and then basically tied them back to missing Sikhs and then said, I just want to know how many of them are dead so I can go back and tell their families that your son is not coming back.
In the crematorium, jithe bodies burn karde, he found so many bodies. Punjab police, lokanu maar ke they killed them and they become so careless that one of the identity we used to see.
So about this, by Jaswant Singh's son, Jagmeet Singh is at the camp.
हाँ mention कीता सी और जगमीत सिंह उन्होंने नाम Janmeet Singh ठीक है बड़े महान सेवा की थी and he worked in a bank he had a nice family उन्होंने की लो रहा his 2 colleagues go missing वो बैंक काम करते हैं 2 of his colleagues go missing and he goes finding his colleagues he finds out his colleagues have died they've been murdered by the police and their bodies have been disposed of being cremated now he could if you want to get along with everybody what could you do keep a low profile don't speak the truth that's one that if you want to make friends don't speak the truth be sweet with everybody and anything where there's something happening wrong don't speak up everybody will be your friend Guru Arjan Dev Ji spoke up this truth and he was tortured to death Guru Arjan Dev Ji This is the price for speaking the truth. Guru Arjan Pasha ne sikhaya, sikha to dari na, sach bolna ta aaya. This is the price. Cynthia Kepley Mahmood, who's heard of her? America di bibi ya.
For freedom, or the struggle for the Sanjana Singh.
हाँ जी, fighting for faith for nation किताब में पढ़ता सी कि कड़े दे बारे उन्हें लिखा कि this is her definition of कड़ा. She goes मेरा की feeling है कड़ा की है कि कड़ा for me symbolizes the truth. And she goes that if someone does not speak the truth and cannot stand and fight for the truth, then I do not classify that person as Sikh. Because Sikh only definition Sikh di diti. Sikh definition is someone who speaks the truth, stands up for the truth and fights for the truth. He is a Sikh. मैंने बहुत बढ़िया लगा. Gori the definition Sikh दी. मैंने बहुत बढ़िया लगी.
I think she was actually attacked in India for her views.
हाँ जी, she was उन्हें gang rape किया गया सी. पढ़े और एक किताब पढ़े. She was gang raped by agency people for writing pro-Sikhs. अच्छा. So Shahid Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalsa, वो काम करते बैंक च. 2 colleagues go missing. And he has no need to go and leave his job, but he leaves his job and he becomes a human rights activist for Akali Dal. Human rights activist one there, and he starts and he finds thousands of bodies of people who are classified as unidentified bodies. Really, they're innocent people have been killed. He comes to Canada, तो आते थे कनाडा आके फिर टोरंटो बोले सी, फिर टोरंटो ही बोले सी, and he did a speech. जो कपन YouTube बेनती या, थोड़ा interest रखो, पंथ आ भी या, what's happening in the पंथ? जे तो पंथ गुरु ना प्यार है, what's happening in my family? हम तो बच्चे, do you know your dad's in hospital? Oh, sorry, I don't know that. He's been in hospital for a week. You know, we're not even bothered. Our panth is our family. It's on the oh, we know what's happening on you know, in the local news. We know what's happening at school. We know what's happening on Facebook. Who's poked who, but we don't know. Maaf karna. Obsessed. I'm not saying any of you are obsessed. But do we know what's happening in the panth? Do we have an interest in our family and what's happening? So Shahid Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalsa, then he does a speech, and then at the end, the price he pays, what was the price he paid for speaking the truth? Shahadat. He was picked up by the police and he was killed in 1995. So
they told him they would do that.
This is the price I'm going to pay. So everybody had their different contributions to the panth. Why? Because it's not the panth, it's my panth. It's my guru, my panth, and it's my responsibility. Meri jimmewari hai. When we use the word my, then sari jimmewari pe aa jandi hai. It's the panth, nahi it's mera panth. It's the gurdwara, nahi mera gurdwara. No, it's the Sikh, nahi it's mera parvar, mera Sikh parvar hai. So this is the pavna. Now to do panth di seva, how can we do panth di seva? 2 minute rande hai. Tusi mainu dasso, how can you contribute to the panth?
Start standing up for all injustice, like Bhai Manvir Singh said. Like there are lots of human rights violations going around.
अच्छा, एक हो गया, फिर ये हो गया सेवा, पंथक सेवा, ठीक है जी, पंथक सेवा. So you can do seva, so seva which helps the panth. So that's for example the human rights. You can organize the SOPW or there's the BFGs, there's other organizations, they locally only a Six for Justice or something. You can help these organizations, okay, with civil liberties or rights and stuff. Or
education like Sikh 24.
Very good. Education. There are 3 things I want to say. So, rather than people telling us what the Sikhs have done, why don't we tell the world? A Sikh perspective of news. So, this is happening to the Sikhs. When people go on Google News, Sikhs turn up. Ek ho gaya. Or Panthak Seva. Panthak Seva, tusi change doctor bano, lawyer bano, whatever field you are, politics, paisas in politics, whatever field you are in, you represent the Panth. Can you put this? I've read Martin Singh Virji, that he can speak about the Panth, he can speak about Sikh cause. He represents the Panth. He's holding the Nishan Sahib when he's in politics. Whichever field you are, you can represent, make links with people, and you are representing the Panth. So, Sikhi soch. And schools and universities, तुसी Sikhi Day कर सकते हैं. Dastare, तो Turban Day भी होता है अमेरिका च. इतने भी होता. इतने program रखो, you tell the world about Sikhi. ये भी पंथक सेवा है. more we tell people भी पंथ की सेवा है we can say गुरु साहब ऐसी कुछ कीता मा तुझे सब कुछ कराया है एक हो गया पंथक सोच ये पंथक सेवा दूजा हो गया पंथक सोच ध्यान देना सो इस पंथक सेवा करनी है एक्शन ये नहीं गाल बैठे आ देखो दी सेवादार ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਕੈਂਪ ਦੇ they give 1 week of their life for the camp ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਵੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ they did so much preparation ਇਹ ਕਈ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਸੌਂਦੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ वो सवेर तो मैं तो सवेर तो बैठा सवेर तो बेचारे कुछ बनाते रहे but why because it's my panth and I'm saving the panth समझ आ गई ये भावना है पंथ responsibility पंथक सोच what's पंथक सोच is okay whatever I do is it going to damage the panth what's happening in the panth what can I do for the चढ़ती कला the panth हमेशा ये अपने मन च the last one because time हो गया अपना जीवन भी प्रचार है शहीद भाई फौजा सिंह दसदे सी the American Sikhs ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ white ਗੋਰੇ ਅਮਰਧਾਰੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੀ they went to India in 1976 ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਫਾਰਮ ਗਏ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ write letters to them ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ oh Sikhs in America become lighthouses ਚਾਨਣ ਮਨਾਰੇ ਬਣੋ what do you mean by lighthouse it goes the people in the West and in the society they are now becoming intoxicated they become mayatari absorbed in the world but holi utto we they become disillusioned people become disillusioned with drugs and all these things as well you become lighthouses what do you mean by lighthouse ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੈ ਦੋਸਤੋ lighthouse ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ
gives everyone else
direction ਦੇਣਾ when someone looks at our life ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਧ ਮਿਲੇ I want to become a good Sikh how come you look very peaceful how come you look so radiant how come you look so peaceful how come you look so graceful how come you're so cool how come you have so much energy and vibration with you how come you always are sincere and speak the truth how come you are so disciplined when someone look at me he gives seth in there can they all Sikhs in America you lead the panth by becoming a lighthouse jeevan so ਇਹਦੇ ਪੰਥ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਕੀ ਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠਣਾ no one's asking ਤੁਝੇ ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਿਓ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠਣਾ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਹਿਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜੀਵਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਇਸ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠਣਾ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਅ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੈਨ ਗੁਰਮਤ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਵਿਦਿਨ ਗੁਰਮਤ ਰਹਿਣੀ when someone looks at our life the discipline they get inspired sorry ਮੇਰਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ hopefully some food for thought question ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਗਿਆ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਚੰਗੇ ਲੱਗੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਬਚਨ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਣਾ ਐਨੀਥਿੰਗ ਵਿਚ ਭਲੇਖੇ ਨਾਲ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਐਨੀਵਨ ਆਸਕ ਮੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆਫਟਰਵਰਡਸ ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਐਸ ਵੈਲ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਜੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ